Earth's population reached 7 billion around the end of October 2011. To put 7 billion in perspective, let's think seconds and minutes. You'd think 7 billion seconds wouldn't be that long ago, but 60 seconds times 60 minutes is 3,600 seconds an hour, times 24 hours is 86,400 seconds a day, times 365 is 31,536,000 seconds a year. But to reach 7 billion seconds, you'd have to times that by 222, which was 1789 when George Washington was inaugurated as the first president of the United States. 7 billion people is a lot. But when the 7th billion person alive at one time was born, it was the 83rd billionth, 220 millionth, 121,788th person to have lived since history began 50,000 BC. It took from the start of human history about 50,000 BC until 1800 AD for Earth to have 1 billion people, which means it took about 52,000 years. The next billion took only 130 years. 3 billion took only 30 years. 4 billion people happened 14 years later. The 5th billion person took only 13 years. To hit the 6th and 7th billion person both took only 12 years. Feeding 7 billion people is a global challenge. 50 years ago, Earth had 3 billion people on it, which means in the last 50 years, Earth's population has more than doubled. So today, Earth has to produce food for more than twice as many people on the same amount of land and oceans. Then considering a lot of what humans eat emits greenhouse gases and needs water, feeding 7 billion people is going to give Earth stress headaches. Humans need water, and Earth's limited freshwater supply is already in demand. That pretty much equals constantly adding new lives that all need water is putting strain on freshwater supplies. And it's not just that humans need water, but a lot of the food that humans eat needs water too, which equals each person adds a lot to water demand. So with 7 billion people, humans have to become a lot smarter in how we use water. Most of the 7 billion people on Earth use energy, and most of today's energy emits greenhouse gases, so conversion to clean energy is essential. It's also easy because every 40 minutes to an hour the sun delivers the amount of energy the world uses worldwide yearly. Wind is also everywhere on the planet. These are both delivered for free and don't emit greenhouse gases. So energy for 7 billion people isn't a problem. It just needs a new, responsible direction. With 7 billion people, natural resources are going to be in greater demand. People love products which are made from natural resources. So with a constantly increasing population, the demand for natural resources is also going to increase, which will make the price increase, which will make products more expensive, especially as more nations become industrialized, their citizens want more products. When the 7th billion person alive at one time was born, it was the 83rd billionth, 220 millionth, 121,788th person to have lived since history began 50,000 BC. Thing is, up until the last 4 billion people, Earth was in good shape. For about 52,000 years, the first 79 billion people didn't create environmental problems. But in the last 50 years, the latest 4 billion residents have wreaked havoc on Earth. But these same 4 billion can start to do our best to reverse that, simply by conserving energy and products, which ending our disposable society will achieve.